So I am Scott 1984 FP, that is Scott 1984 FP, also known as Mr. Scott Aaron John Reynolds, that is Mr. Scott Aaron John Reynolds. I am on every social media platform you can think of: Facebook, Threads, Keek, Vero, Reds, TikTok, Rumble Studio, YouTube, Tumblr, Vimeo, RFCCY, I can't remember anyway, I can't remember that one. Basically, I'm everywhere. Scott 1984 FP. Now, when someone like Elon Musk has to delete me, that's when you should actually go, well, when a little nobody from 2009 account has to be permanently suspended in 2023, and from December 2022 to April 2023. And I'm not a celebrity, I'm not a blue ticker. That's when your alarm bells should be going off. That's when you should be saying, what has Scott seen? What has he seen? What is he trying to tell the world? I'm sorry that leaving the EU was no accident. I'm sorry that the Human Court of Human Rights visceral attacks by Nigel Farage and Rupert Murdoch and the Daily Vile and the Scum and the Tory Graph and the Daily Mess and Gammon Bacon News and Trash Talk TV, Slice Sky, Comcast Slice Sky now, used to be owned by Murdoch. You know, the BBC now has been indoctrinated by Boris Johnson, Rishi Sunak, David Cameron, Theresa May, Priti Patel, Sula Braverman. The BBC does not exist anymore like it used to. I'm afraid none of you have independent media. Well, that's a lie. Unless you're going to somewhere like Central Bylines News, Channel 4 News is... Why do you think they wanted rid of Channel 4? Why do you think they wanted it to be the next Netflix or Disney or Amazon Prime? It wasn't to make our country money. It was because Channel 4 actually does journalism. It does undercover audits. It spies. Now, they wanted rid of that for a reason. If you can't figure out what that reason was, it was to keep you docile and sleepy. It was to say, well, why did we leave the EU? Why did Donald Trump come out of nowhere? Why would Donald Trump try and do a treasonous January the 6th, 2020 coup? Why would, Boris Johnson go, oh shit, Partygate, I have to piss off? The lettuce one. Well, lettuce wasn't meant to win the Tory seat of the leadership. It was meant to be Sunak. Because what did Boris Johnson, Jacob Rees-Mogg, Nigel Farage all have in common? The Prime Minister India connection, trade deals. Putin trade deals. Rupert Murdoch connections. I mean, the West is gone. It's dried up. The elites aren't happy. Conservatism elites are darker and older than Zionism. 15 years ago they went, well, we've raped it. We've raped the West as much as we can. It is now time to push capitalism on the whole of the East. So that's Japan, Australia, the whole of the Middle East, China, Thailand, Singapore, Korea, South Korea, all of that. Push it, push it, push it. That's where BRICS comes from. It's not an accident. They don't give a shit what partners work it. Trump and Johnson, with Murdoch, Farage, Aaron Banks, Steve Bannon, Dominic Cumming, Theresa May, Priti Patel, it was all a scam. You were meant to join BRICS. But you can't suddenly join BRICS suddenly like that. It would look well suspicious. Leaving the EU on a 2% win, you know, no, can't just join it. Then the final phase would have been 2020 to 2024 to 2025. Hand over Ukraine, hand over Taiwan, hand over Gaza. Make peace with Putin, Xi Jinping, and that ilk. Then join BRICS. Doesn't look so suspicious between 2016 to 2024 to 2025, suddenly join BRICS. But what gets in the way? Why are GOP Republicans so desperate to say the election was stolen? Why is all our media, Trump has been politically assassinated, the election was stolen? Because Boris Johnson and Donald Trump were meant to go from 2016 to 2024 to 2025. And then it looks less suspicious when you join BRICS. And we create this, we don't need this tension with Ukraine and Taiwan and Gaza, with the Israel-Palestine stuff, all of this. We don't need that tension. You know, fake peace still, maybe a temporary mini war. I mean, I just learn what the doomsday clock is. Learn where the doomsday clock is now. I'm afraid the oligarchs, the elites, the royals, the conservatism capitalists, the Zionists, Italy, France, the UK, the USA, China, Russia, and the Israeli state. They have been frenemies for, well, fuck knows when. Definitely decades, possibly even centuries. You don't have free will. You don't have democracy anywhere in the world. Democracy requires independent opposition, independent media watchdogs, independent police watchdogs, independent military watchdogs, independent trade unions, independent trade union watchdogs. Maybe some of you have woken up, yet there's more than one puppeteer. And Zionism and blaming the Jew is a great shield. It's helped Russia and China and Italy and France and the UK and the USA. It's helped them a lot because you're anti-Semitic if you question anything. Have you not looked at the United Nations? There's two reasons that Italy and the new created Israeli state couldn't join Russia, China, France, the UK and the USA with 5 lifetime vetoes. They could block anything. That was handy, wasn't it? The only reason Italy couldn't join, well, that was obvious. They did a Nazism, basically, their equivalent of it. And an Israeli state couldn't join it for obvious reasons. I don't know.